Hello, QSI Secondary 1 and 2 students. I hope you are having a good day, and I'm sorry that we have to meet under these circumstances. I'd much rather see your faces in the morning at the table and hear your laughter during lunchtime, um, and make that backwards shot at the basketball hoop before we begin class. But unfortunately, we've had a large number of illnesses at the school, and it was probably the safest decision to go online for a couple days so that we don't spread any illness any farther than it already has. So we are on Moodle today. And many of you who were online with me last year, you know the drill. There is something waiting there for you to do today. We will not meet on Zoom, although I did send in my email, my Skype handle. So if you want to contact me on Skype, you can. But you can also request a Zoom meeting if needed. So just email me. I'll be on my email all day long. And I will answer any questions that you have. But otherwise, my expectation is that you will take the unit test today, just like we were going to take the test. And it will be available to you on the Moodle page at 2 p.m. In fact, it's already there, and you should be able to see it, but you won't be able to open it until the 2 o'clock hour. That's mostly because I know that you have responsibilities in other classes, and I want to make sure that you fulfill those responsibilities before you engage in the test. Our class would be at 2 o'clock anyway, so it's often best to take a test when you're most comfortable with that subject matter. And since we've been studying at that hour of the day since the beginning of the year, then I think it's best for you to just wait until then. And if you have nothing to do until that moment in time, then you can study. You have the packets 4.1 through 4.5. You have the packets and you can read through them again, do the practice questions, send me the answers. I can respond to you and tell you whether or not you got those questions correct. Study for the essay. You know that the essay is about the Columbian exchange. So study for the essay. You should have some notes. There's one reading packet on that topic alone. So study that concept or topic so that you can do well on the essay question. And I will take you to the Moodle page to show you where you can find the test. So there is little or no confusion. And again, if you have confusion, then be sure to contact me because I'm happy to Zoom or Skype and share my screen with you to show you how to get to the unit test so that you can then enjoy the rest of your break and not worry about having to take a test when you come back in January. And we can start fresh with a new unit, a new topic, and move on from there. So make sure that you are productive today. Make sure that along with my test, you do your other classwork too, so that you don't have a lot of assignments looming over your head for the next 3 weeks. So let me take you to the course page. I'm going to show you my screen now. When you go into your Moodle, and if you forgot your login, just follow the directions. Like when you are logging in, I guess I can log out and show you that. Let's log out right here. Okay, so when you log in right here, if you can't remember your username or your password, you can click on the icon here or click enter with one of them blank, and it will, let me see if I can do this, and it will say to you, yep, it'll bring up something that looks like this. and it will say forgotten your username or password. And if you click here, it will allow for you to type in your credentials. And one of the credentials is your email. Type that in and then it will generate an email to you. You have to probably watch out in your spam box because that's often where these automated messages go to, and it'll give you a new bit of information to log in. Okay, but I didn't. I always save mine there, so it's automatic, and I just hit login, and it'll take me there. And then it'll take me to what we call in Moodle world the dashboard. And on your dashboard, you should see all of your classes. Hopefully, by this point in time, if they're not there, you had said something to me, but I can add you very easily. So you should see world history. So go ahead and open the world history course. Now, mind you, mine looks a little bit different than what yours is going to look like because I'm the teacher, but essentially, much of the same information is contained. Okay. So you're going to scroll down. You'll see Unit 1 that we did together over the period from 1200 to 1450. We did that way at the beginning of the year. So I'm going to scroll down past all that stuff. And then perhaps you recall a unit that we did on Genghis Khan, hero or villain. I'm going to scroll down past all that stuff. And then perhaps you remember our Autopsy of an Empire project over the land-based empires. I'm going to scroll down past that stuff. And I am going to go here to the investigation that we just got done with over the maritime empires from 1450 to 1750. I threw this map up here because it is on the test. Be sure that you study this map. Not only do you have to know the maritime empires, but you have to be familiar with even where those land-based empires were located. So you have to know that from the period between 1450 and 1750, that this was the Qing Empire. You need to be familiar with the Russian Empire, the Safavid Empire. You got to be careful here because this map says Persia, which technically it was the Persian Empire, but during this time period it was called the Safavid Empire. The Mughal Empire over here in India, the Ottoman Empire, okay? And then I know you know where Spain and Portugal and France and Great Britain are. Spoiler alert, they are not on the test, but their empires are. So you have to know where New France was. You have to know where the British colonies were, where New Spain was, that this was the Aztec Empire over here in Mexico or Central America. New Spain extended into South America, and that this was the Incan Empire. You have to know that Brazil was controlled by the Portuguese. Okay. Remember the Portuguese navigators who made it to the southern tip. Diaz to the southern tip and da Gama to the East African coast. I remember the guy who circumnavigated the globe, or at least his crew did, Magellan. And then over here, you need to be familiar with these colonies that were controlled by the Dutch. The British and the Dutch had two trading post empires or joint stock companies that operated these trading post empires. They were called the British East India Company and the Dutch East India Company. And the Dutch East India Company was operated out of here, Indonesia. The capital was Jakarta. So make sure you study this map. So like I said, if you have nothing to do all day long, you can look at the map and study it. And then you should find right here, see, today is December 16th, and it says it's available at 2 p.m. So if you try to unlock this right now, it's not going to open for you, but I can open it. So I'm going to go ahead and open it and show you around. And this is a very important button right here where it says attempt quiz now, because once you open it, a timer is going to be set off. There are 30 multiple choice questions, and then there's that map that I just got done talking about. There's a timer that's going to set off at 35 minutes. So I'm going to open this, and you're going to get to see a couple of the questions. And notice here, attempt allowed, one attempt. So if you open it and mess up, you're going to have to ask me to reprogram it so that it will open again for you. So anyways, attempt quiz, and then it'll ask you, are you sure? Because when you start, the timer will begin. So I'm going to click start attempt. Okay. And I want you to see right here where there's that timer. Now, if you could say to me, "Oh, I don't see the timer, Mrs. Sedmak," there's a red bar over here that says hide section. So if I click that, notice the timer went away. But if I click it again, there's that timer, and it shows you the 30 questions. So like you could skip to question 21 if you wanted to. Okay. Uh-oh, you got to read for that one. And then there's the map at the end. That's question number 31. So if you wanted to do the map, you could skip to the end. And then this is very important. Finish attempt. When you are done answering all of these questions, okay, and don't skip any. You're better off making an educated guess than leaving one blank. But when you're done, click on finish attempt. Okay, and the computer will save your answers. Now notice I didn't answer any of them, but in this case, it's even letting me go back because I didn't answer them and I still have lots of time left. But notice this button right here. Please, please, please don't forget to click submit all and finish. Okay, and it will say once you submit, you'll no longer be able to change your answers. And I'm going to click submit and finish. And there you go. It's going to give you a score. So you can see I didn't do very well. I got a 0 out of 44 because I only spent 1 minute 27 seconds. But you'll immediately get your score here. My threshold for a B is 70%. So that's kind of what you're shooting for. But then you have to go back. You have to go back to the main page and scroll all the way back down there. And you have to do the essay. So then click on the essay. And notice again here, 45 minutes, one attempt. So if I click there and start attempt, okay, it's going to open the question, and you already know it's about the Columbian Exchange. So there you have it. And then I want to show you something, because what you could do, and what I've suggested, if you don't feel comfortable typing, look, because I could type my answer right in here, but if you don't feel comfortable doing that, what I would suggest you do is type it in a Google Doc or even handwrite your answer. But notice the time going here. You can handwrite your answer. You can take a photograph of your handwritten work and take a look right there. You can attach a file. So like if I minimize my screen, make it smaller, and let's say this were my photograph of my file, I can drag it here and drop it right into that test, and I've attached my answer. You see how I did that? It's really easy. So you can either type in your answer, see me typing away, okay, or you can do it on a Google Doc and share the link with me, or you can handwrite it and take a photograph with your phone and upload it here. But the most important point is that you click finish attempt after you're done, and submit all and finish. Click that again, and it will ask you, are you sure? You can't change it. And you're going to click submit and finish, and then it will show you or can be confirmed that what you did, see all the jibber jabber that I typed in there, that you did is there. But this one will say not yet graded, because you got to wait on this one for me to grade your response. Okay. So again, make sure that you are productive today. I'm sorry that we can't see each other face to face. Don't be afraid to contact me if you have any questions. Well, I mean, don't like ask me a question like specific to the test. But if you have general questions, I am happy to help you. Do know that the questions appear randomly, so I'll give you a tip. Don't talk to your friends when you're taking the test, because what's number 4 for one may not be number 4 for Daryl. So the questions do appear randomly, and what a question that Ryan gets might not be a question that Giannis gets. So just be mindful of that. Have a good break, and like I said, contact me if